Peace and blessings be to all those out there in the World Truth channel that are new to my channel of spirituality. My name is Lambert C. Davenport, and I will be bringing to y'all a new movement. And this movement is basically called, for y'all to know, God is King movement. And if you could look closer, it says the only path is God's way. There is no other path than God. And I know that some of y'all looking up here and y'all see a cross and such like that. But this is basically a universal religion. Okay? And today's topic of what we're going to be talking about is about why we are the way we are. But before that, also I will be touching on is in the Quran. Okay, there's a surah in the Quran that I will be talking about as well. Okay, which is surah 15. I would go with Surah 2 and 30. So, and also with that as well, I will also be talking about this book as well, Eckhart. And I'm going to read y'all something. I wasn't going to do this, but I want to read y'all something, and I'm still learning how to do the camera thing. So if y'all see it jump in and out and etc. like that, excuse me, I'm still learning. But I have to get this information out because God is King. Alright, there's no other creator but God. And when I'm reading about the core of the ego, okay, when you look at reactivity and grievance, it comes to a point of what is called collective grievance. So you have resentment, you have grievance, and where do these things come from, basically? These grievance and resentment and complaining, anger, frustration, you can name all the negative emotions. These come from basically Satan and his cohorts. Satan and his people. You know, there's people that believe in the Creator, and there are people who say they believe in the Creator, but guess what? They are also cohorts of Satan himself working in the light side. So they're like moles in spirituality, especially in religion. They are moles that try to derail people from knowing the truth. The truth is that the Creator is the only King. The Creator is the only way. And what happened is a lot of people get short, few, and by all the religions of the world. You know, all of them. And if you notice something, all of them do not really actually care about your life. You know, they care about you giving them so-called money, whatever you want to call it, right? From various different ones. They don't care about that. They just want the money. And so many people who believe in this one Creator is being used by these blood-sucking imams, preachers, pastors, bishops, you know, you name it, rabbis, you name it, all of them, because they work for the hidden one, which is Satan, which is Lucifer, which is Iblis, which is Satan, which is the accuser. They work for him because remember, during the 40 days and 40 nights of fasting by the Messiah, who was trying to attack him? Let's be honest. Who was trying to attack him? So you have two sets of entities trying to attack one entity, which is the Messiah, right? So you have the high priests, Sadducees, and scribes trying to plot and trying to kill this man, right? Because he's messing up their congregation and taking people out from their limelight, so they plotting and planning and stuff like that, and it got to a point where it appears as if they killed them successfully. This is where the Creator, this is where people, as far as Christians and Muslims, can't understand each other right there. Because what happened is the Messiah, aka who we call, let's call him Jesus, quote unquote, is not his real name, right? Okay, the Messiah, let's keep it like that. The Messiah, okay, is the commander-in-chief of the prophetic seat. I'm going to just let it out there. I'm going to say it again. Besides Akhenaten and all of them, the Messiah is the commander-in-chief of all the prophets and messengers ever sent. That is his role in the kingdom of heaven. That is his role in the kingdom of God, the Creator. That is his role. So when Lucifer was telling us, when you read about that he was trying to get him to either commit suicide or surrender to him. Now, people got to understand that. One was trying to straight up kill him, while the other one was like, no, let him commit suicide or surrender unto me, and I'll give you all of this kingdom of the earth. Now, who's the richest church in the world? It's the Catholic Church. And the Catholic Church owns every birth certificate in the world. So, technically speaking, anybody that has a birth certificate, no matter if they're Muslim or not, or Catholic. And the Catholic Church, quote unquote, has deeds unto your soul. And as you read the Bible, as they, how can one sell his soul to the devil? It's obviously easy, quote unquote, and these are just words, but words become manifest as flesh. We all know this. You think of thoughts, you think of the word, and affirmation or whatever you want to do, spells or all of that stuff, it wind up becoming a part of flesh. Like everything we do, like you looking at this YouTube, it was a thought. It became a word. People spoke about it. They had meetings. Let me see. Let's try this element. Boom, 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 boom. And they talking. These are words. And they manifest these words into this dimension. That's kind of hard for people to believe. But once you start to understand about quantum physics and etc. like that, and quantum mechanics, you will see that sucker is for real. Okay? But what am I really on here for? Do I have a resentment? Yes, I do. I do. The resentment is why are people who claim to follow the Creator do not love each other? Our enemy straight up is Satan. So I'm going to read something that is of Satan for y'all. If you don't mind, I read it as fast as I can. Alright, Salam Alaikum. Alright, peace be upon y'all. God granted a respite to Satan in order to test humans rebels. The deal was to give Satan a chance to prove the validity of his challenge to be a god with independent powers besides the Creator. Surah 2:30 states, recall that your Lord said to the angels, I am placing a representative on earth. They said, will you place therein one who will spread evil therein and shed blood, while we sing your praises, glorify you, and uphold your absolute authority? He said, I know what you do not know. People, what did the Creator know that the angels did not know? You know, I'm gonna do the Masonic symbol. You know, and this is not for Masons. Actually, this comes from the land of Kemet, and y'all can't see it. It's like two hands like this, and I'm gonna show that in my latest videos. And once I get really into understanding this whole dynamic, but I love that things are imperfect. You can't be always complaining and nitpicking and things like that about, oh, look at the video, it's all messed up, it's no lighting, it's no this, it's not that. Cut that out. It is time to come together. It's time to unite. It's time to follow the King, which is the Creator. That's it. There's no other king. No Messiah, no messenger, no sons of gods, no goddess, no goddess is above this Creator. And y'all better understand that, or it's going to be some retributions. And I'm going to keep on reading about why did the Creator give this knuckle pack, you know, the day of respite. So, as I was saying, we recall that your Lord said to the angels, I am placing a representative, right? We call it viceroys of vicegerents on earth. They said, would you place therein one who would spread evil therein and shed blood? Are we about that? Or are we about that as people? Not really. While we sing your praises and glorify you and uphold your absolute authority, he said, I know what you do not know. So, if the Creator is telling the angels, he knows what? And I don't mean he, because the Creator is not a gender. Let's get that out the way. I know what you do not know. So God teaches us in this verse that Satan is to be respited for a purpose, right? Okay, for a purpose. The angels were shocked because they had already seen Satan's evil deeds in heaven. Now, that's going to the biblical. Right? Remember, he brought like 1/3, you know, so he brought, and what's interesting about this, he brought 1/3, which we all know ends up to 33 degrees. Let's go up the vertical of the ladder. Now, up here, right? This is the end. This is 33, right? Down here it's the, right? Let's go to your butt, okay? Some people say, look like a butt, okay? Right here, before this even goes to the skull, all right? This is the land of the skull, okay? This is as far as masonry go, to the top of the neck. That's 33 degrees. And if you add them together, it is 6. So that's as far as they go, right? 1/3. 1/3 of the earth is ruled by Europeans. Or that's how many people are in the earth. There's something interesting about them, and I'm not trying to be racial, but, you know, let's get it in. You know, let's get it in. Because everything after this, 33rd, and if you figure, you go 100 into 33rd, what do y'all get, y'all? Huh? What do you get? Come on. You get 6, and you get what? 7. Did y'all know there you go, the Messiah right there. We are, and we were at the four corners of the world at one time. We are the children of God. Why? Because y'all got to think about this. And I'm going to break this down because I'm going to get into Eckhart and what he says. So let me continue reading this. So it says that, but God then told them, I know what you do not know. God knew that Adam and his descendants, not all of them, at some point will realize the deception in the lives of Satan and rebel against his rules. At that point, God will support them and end the respite and restore the righteous order and unite the believers in him alone in one united kingdom, God's kingdom. Ain't no other kingdom, y'all. It's only God's kingdom. There's only one path and one way. And then in Surah 2 verses 31, and this goes on, and this, I can take any belief system, just about, and correlate it with this. Believe it or not. And correlate it with this. Though some of them might not say Satan in this, like, you might not understand the Hindu way, or you might understand the Kemetic way of brothers. I'm not here to debate none of that stuff. That's what is called separation. We separate ourselves from the kingdom of God by these stupid type of egotistical, I'm the God, So we join Lucifer. And that's why we can't get together. But those who want to get together, please join my movement. And it's at God is King MVM Gmail, and you will see that. In a way we get back in touch. Because I woke up and I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta say something. Even if it's not perfect yet. Even in my imperfections, I got to say something. And even in the Bible, it says, why do you look at the speck in your brother's eye, but you don't see the log in yours? So I'm not really trying to get on, but what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. We got to stop stepping up on the game, people. And I don't know if most of y'all really agree with it. You don't have to. But let me tell you something. Things are coming down the line. They are kicking people out and replacing them with machines. And so what happens to the people who got replaced by machines? What do they do to live? What do they do to survive? How can they eat? Oh, there must be a plan for that, huh? But this is what I tell people. You must come together. Because only together we can survive this. Yes, we will all be held accountable as individuals for our own actions and deeds. But together, we can survive anything, especially with God as our King, living in the kingdom of God. Our land will be different. Our vibrations will be different. We will be elevating our DNA structure beyond the 1 and 2. Our chakras will increase. Do y'all know it's over 114 chakras? But y'all only know about the 7? Why don't we talk about the 114? Because a lot of people is hiding stuff from y'all. So let's get back into this. I mean, of course they hiding stuff from y'all because they are with Satan. That's just the straight facts. That's straight facts. They want glory and people to look at them as God, just like Satan wants on this earth. That's why he put us and Satan on the same earth together. If you look around the world, who wants people to bow down to them? Who are the people that call other races all types of names? And this guy talks about all of that stuff, right? This peccary, this guy right here talks about all of that, right? Yeah, you know why, right? You know why? Because he's trying to infect the mind. All right? He's trying to infect the mind, like the Pope calling people to come and let's have this universal religion and stuff like that. And they created these so-called non-denominational churches and stuff like that. Oh yeah, for sure. Because what they're trying to do is that when you read the Bible, you understand that Satan even had righteous people working for him. And then behind closed doors, they like, surely we wasn't with them. We was just talking crap. You understand what I'm saying? So what did Satan do? Let's continue reading on this verse. He taught Adam all the names and then presented them to the angels, saying, give me the names of these if you are right. Remember, the angels are the ones that said that he would cause bloodshed, right? He says, would you place therein one who would spread evil therein and shed blood? Now they saw how Lucifer got down. So they are inquiring about us. And he was like, well, give me the names of these if you are right. They said, be you glorified. We have no knowledge except that which you have taught us. You are the omniscient, most wise. Now that's any belief out there that believes in the right path. There is an omniscient and the most wise. He said, O Adam, tell them their names. When he told them their names, he said, did I not tell you that I know the secrets of heavens and the earth? I know what you declare and what you concealed. God knew that the knowledge he taught Adam, buried deep inside each and one of us, will eventually surface, and enough humans will deserve to rule the earth as he originally designed and take over the government from Satan and his respited agents. I mean, people, enough with what's going on. Like, they create money, right? Money itself is an illusion. The whole concept. And people kill people for this concept, this principle, which is nothing. Money in itself is nothing. I'll bet you if you have 1 million people, right? Which one you gonna think is more? That money or those millions of people? You know what millions of people can do to someone who want to act a fool? He gets stomped 1 million damn times, right? Quote unquote, like democracy is a mob, right? Okay, so here we go. He says, so did I not tell you that I know the secrets of the heavens and the earth? I know what you declare and what you conceal. Mind you, we created by the Most High with the Most High own hands. We're so special. But many of y'all doubt that the Creator created us within the moon. You read in Isaiah 44 and etc. The God is magnificent. So when does this respite end? Many people will ask, why does God allow the corrupt to rule over the masses, right? When will this come to an end now? That word masses is something else too. Okay. Satan never had any power over them, but we thus distinguish those who believe in the hereafter from those who are doubtful about it. So right then and there is let you know that they don't got that power like we think. Your Lord is in full control of all things. See, and this is the thing. This is where this part right here, we get messed up, y'all. We get messed up because we thinking these suckers here, rule over this. No, buddy. This is the real deal. This is the real deal. You understand it? This is the Messiah thing right here. This is the real deal. Somebody says to me, they say, this is interesting, right? And I'll get back and I finished a little bit about when does the respite end? Okay, I was born right here. Y'all see them two numbers? 19 and 67? Anybody knows about 19 in the Quran? Knows what 19 means. Period. Anybody knows about 67 will understand what this means altogether. So here we are, we got 10 and we got 13, which equals 23. Do y'all know that? Do y'all know that? 10, Sephirah, right here. I was born in 67, by the way. Right? Would give me 13. 10 plus 13 equals 23. Right? 23 is to the 5th. Right? Y'all know what 5 represents, right? And what is it? 5 is the flower. It's the seed of life. Y'all realize that. Y'all realize that. Now, show you how deep I go. And I wonder myself how deep I am and why I feel it's this time. And I'm very, 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 very spiritual. And I don't have all those things and people who want to teach people meta and things like that. Great. You want to show them Islam? Great. You want to teach them Hebrew? Great. You want to teach them how to speak sacred from the Hindu? Great. But you must follow this key, this path. This is the only path. This is the only way. You know, everything else is short-ended. Everything else is causing separation and division. This is the only way, I'm telling y'all. This is the only way. People have to get off their butts. This is the only way, y'all. Yep. If y'all see what is coming down this pipe, this is the only path and only way that you serve one God. Muslims have something. Muslims have something. I'll turn my back to try to keep this thing going. Muslims have something. It's called shirk in Islam, right? But I'm gonna get into something about this word. Okay. Shirk, and this camera. There we go. Shirk is talking about believing in something else. Believing in something else with Allah, right? So, right? It's believing in something else with Allah, right? Or whatever most beautiful names you want to call Allah, right? It's believing in something else with Allah, right? It's a shirk, right? Now, in the Quran, all people have to do is read that story right there. You read that story right here. End of story. End of story. We're not out here talking about oh Muhammad and Jesus and Ibrahim and Moses and all of Akanaki and all of these people. No, we are talking about the one and only, one creator. That's what we are talking about. One creator. One God, one Allah, whatever you want to call. Whatever you want to call Hanan from North Korea, whatever you want to call. Whatever. I'm with it. I'm with it. I'm studying. I'm learning it. And it's I'll tell y'all something. I'm telling y'all something. This is not easy. This was far from not easy. You know, some people, they know of me, right? They know of me. Some people, they know of me, per se. And they recognize that I recognized something a long time ago. And I could tell y'all this, that the Creator is beautiful. Straight up. This Creator is beautiful. But let me get back, because I keep going on. Let me get back to this understanding here. Because it says, there are two parts of this respite. A minor respite in which, as per Satan's request, he will have a respite to the day of judgment to whisper and invite people to transgressions. As far as the major respite of being a ruler of this domain, it is temporary, and its end is very, very, very near. So, till when? It says here, your Lord said to the angels, I'm creating a human being from aged mud like potter's clay. So, yeah, Metanetters, where are we going with that? Y'all know about that. So we are not going to debate about the potter's clay. We're not going to debate about, everything comes out of Egypt. Kemet. We're not going to debate that. Our main purpose right now is to serve the one Creator and to come back on the map as the Creator's ambassadors on this planet. We took care of the earth at one time. We took care of the earth, the fire, the water, and the air respectfully. And these people are destroying it. And it is time that we believe fully in the Creator and come back to the Creator's word. And I'm talking about everybody out there in this world. I'm talking about every one of y'all. Y'all have a duty to the Creator. And if you don't do the duty, the Creator tells you He will replace you with someone who will do the duty. Why? Because it's important to the planet. It's important to every Alameen, to all of those that are serving us. It's important that we respect them and we say thank you. And we show our respect. You understand what I'm saying? We show our thing. Yo, we're not going to let this happen. And I'll tell you something very unique that will happen. Dude, just think about this. If you can have dogs, all types of animals, take up for you for no reason, how did they do it? Because the Creator told them to serve us. Over there. In Africa, they have a tribe that have honeybirds, and they go and they look for honey for this tribe, and they come back and they share. We have falcons and all types of stuff. We have dogs and all types of stuff. Come on, y'all. Talk to me. So it's not impossible. We just have to remember who we are. We are the Creator's children. I'm not African American. Now know I got this symbol here. I am the image and likeness of the Creator. And what I mean by that, I'm talking about my body beyond what you see in the physical. And this is what y'all gotta understand. We have these bodies here in this dimension. And some people say, well, you know, you're talking 1/3 of people, right? Well, you gotta look at this. I'm gonna show you something what happens when you read this further. It says, the Lord said to the angels, I'm creating a human being from aged mud like potter's clay. Once I perfected him and blow into him from my spirit, you shall fall prostrate before him. Okay, this is where people don't know where Lucifer starts to freak out and go haywire, go rebellion. The angels fell prostrate, all of them, except Iblis, Satan. He refused to be with the prostrators. He said, O Iblis, why are you not with the prostrators? He said, I am not to prostrate before a human being whom you created from aged mud like a potter's clay. He said, therefore you must get out of here. So in the other verses, right, you have incurred my condemnation unto the day of judgment. He said, my Lord, respite me until the day they are resurrected. He said, you are respited until a specific date. He said, my Lord, since you have willed that I go astray, I will surely entice them on earth. I will send them all astray, except those among your worshippers who are devoted absolutely to you alone. Did y'all hear that? I'm going to rewind that. That's in Surah 15:40. It says, except those among your worshippers who are devoted absolutely to you alone. What was Job in the Bible? He worshipped the Creator only. And y'all talking about, oh, I got to go through Jesus to get to God. Or y'all talking about, you can't be a Muslim unless you say La ilaha illallah and Muhammadan Rasulullah. Oh no. Oh no, that's falseness. That's falsehood. That's all false. The Creator created us, and we are to go directly to the Creator. Nothing else. Muhammad can't save you during the day of judgment. The Messiahs can't save you during the day of judgment. Moses can't save you during the day of judgment. Ibrahim can't save you during the day of judgment. Akhenaten can't save you during the day of judgment. Buddha, or whichever one you want to call him, can't save you during the day of judgment. None of the prophets and messengers can save you during the day of judgment against the one God King. Can I get an amen on that? Y'all know this is right. So he said, my Lord, since you have will that I go astray, I will surely entice them on earth. I will send them all astray, except those among your worshippers who are devoted absolutely to you. He said, this is the law that is inviolable. You have no power over my servants. You only have power over the strayers who follow you. Did y'all hear that? So it goes deep. That's from 1542, right? So now you go further up, and then you go to 3871. It says, your Lord said to the angels, I'm creating a human being from clay. Once I design him and blow into him from my spirit, you shall fall prostrate before him. The angels fell prostrate, all of them, except Satan. He refused and was too arrogant, unappreciative. Now, here's where racism coming from. Here's where European people, white people, get racism from. Straight up. Y'all ready? Surah 3875. He said, O Satan, what prevents you from prostrating before what I created with my hands? Are you too arrogant? Have you rebelled? He said, I am better than he. Boom. What white people think they are in this world? Better than all of us. And then, you know, it's so funny that we don't think that same way. It's like it's not in our nature. But it can be when we listen to Satan. So what we do this duality fight, black against white type of thing, or whatever, right? But you know what? If white folks are really against everybody, and it appears that way, sometimes when I really look at history, and I read about what happened in Japan, right? And I read what happened in Korea. Check this out. I'm going to show you how smooth this guy is, right? This Satan. I'm going to read this, right? He says, so he's created better. You created me from fire. He's created from clay. He said, therefore you must be exiled and you will be banished. You have incurred my condemnation to the day of judgment. He said, my Lord, respite me to the day of resurrection. He said, you are respited until a specific date. 38, right? 38, y'all. Look at this. I'm going to have to give y'all my back in there. 3881. Is this a year? I don't know what year. What year are we in the Julian calendar? I know we in the Gregorian calendar, right? Okay. So look at this. This is interesting. 9, 10, 11, 81. This is 9. Right? Now, there's some strange things that go on. Now, you want to calculate math equations. Alright? What's this here? Could the time be up? Could the time be up? Where we at? This and this is 2. Right? But when you add this up, it goes to 11 again. Right? Could the time be up somewhere around here? Why? 2 and 2 is 4. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 equals 10 Sephira. Here, right here, we got 10 and 12. Right? What we have, 1 plus 2 equals 3. Plus the 10 Sephira, you got 13. Right? You got 13. You see how I get all of that mathematics? This is just math. This is to come into the time of, will their kingdom fall? Because the veil of the illusion is being just like this. Can't play that no more, y'all. You gotta get real, y'all. You gotta get real. Can't play that no more. Let that jump go. Start a whole new slate. These people went around with the Japanese people, right? Korean people, right? You know what happened? You know what happened? I'm going to show you something. Alright. So, Germany, right, was talking about this white power shit, right? This Lucifer stuff. Germans. Lucifer, right? Backed up by the great old good old USA and all the European nations, right? Because Japanese people are non-European people. They're non-white. And we know Korean people are non-white. Yeah, you see them light-skinned, half-breed, hybrid people in these countries, right? Japan and Korea. You don't see the more darker ones that look like me and stuff like that, right? But you know that existed because all through the whole world, when the Europeans went around the world, they saw nothing but our color, even in Europe. because you know they came out from a certain region that perhaps was where the fallen ones were interbreeded back in the day. So in World War II, mind you, in World War I, right? We brought these crazy ass German Nazis, scientists to America, right? In World War II, we brought these crazy ass scientists from Japan to America, right? And they were set into all these so-called high institutions and etc., right? Okay, but here's the funny thing. Japanese people and South Korean people, and I'm going to say this with no offense, and I might not even say that, but y'all suckers. Y'all been played. Y'all suckers. Y'all been played. Like, I'm going to tell you how you've been played. How Lucifer is so smart. Because, one, y'all forget all that crazy stuff. Let me show you how smart they are. Alright. Check it. Germany. I can't give y'all my back again. Germany sabotaged Japan's coming, right? Right? For what? Why? They wanted what Japan had. Mind you, Japan was #1 in industrial people. When they dropped them goddamn atomic bombs, they dropped 2 in a non-European country. In fact, some of the most dangerous bombs and stuff and gases and everything were dropped in a non-European country. Think about that. Read the history books. Think about that. Gas, all of that. Most of it, non-European country. You know. This World War II goes with some very clever, interesting maneuvers by special entities or people who are quite clever. They're quite clever. They're very clever. Almost too doggone clever. But not for the kingdom of God. No. Not this one. So Japan got suckered. They gave up something called Korea. Right? Japan ruled Korea for over 500 years. Korea believed in something called Shindu back in the days. Shindu had one creator. Anybody is smart, I'm going to give you a hint, and you can leave me a comment. What was that creator called? And here's the clue. With the H. From Korea had original religion before Japan brought Shinto and stuff like that. They had original religion, and I'm not talking about just the heavenly one that they have in Korea, North Korea, that's growing and stuff like that, right? So, so let's say, for instance, this was Korea, right? Alright, they whooped Japan's ass, right? They go, let's separate this shit on something called the 38th parallel, right? We know that's a master number. That's 11, right? 9, 10, 11. Master number, right? They love doing stuff with 11 too. Because 11 is talking about 2. So they split it up, like the Bible, into 2 parts. Old Testament, New Testament. Right? Okay. Up here, Russia, Bulgaria, and China. Right? Got paid. RBC. Right? Down here, Israel, US, UK, all the rest of the folks got paid, right? So here is north, here is south, right? They split them up. Why? This was the second largest industrialized country in the world, behind, guess who? Guess who they were behind? Japan. The Japanese, y'all, was crushing it. Crushing it. So what happened? You know, certain entities in the European world got mad. Say, how can these so-called, and you know, it's so funny, they call everybody this outside the European world. Call them all that. Nagas. They call them all. You be Japanese, you be a Japanese, you be a nigger. You be an Arab, you be a nigger. You be Korean, you be a nigger. Whatever we are over here, blacks, let's put it like that, you be a nigger. Spanish people are niggers. Spanish, Latinos. I'm talking about those that come from the Caribbean islands and stuff like that, niggers. Right? You know, Africa is definitely niggers. Indians are niggers. China's are niggers. You know? South Americans are niggers. America is the niggers. Wherever color folks are, we are niggers in the European world. Niggers. Facts. Straight facts. No denying it. Straight facts. You know, I'm not trying to create no daggone. Well, shoot, it's going down like that, it's going down. But I ain't trying to create. If it goes down, it goes down. Some people say, oh, you're trying to stimulate a baseball. No, if it goes down, it goes down. So let's continue real quick, because I know I've been here long. He said, until a specific date, he said, I swear by your majesty that I will send them all astray except for your worshippers who are devoted absolutely to you alone. He said, this is the truth. The truth is all that I utter. I will fill hell with you and all those who follow you. Until the specific date. Okay, y'all. So, in the Arabic, this verse is 1382, right? So if they go 1382, somebody tried to do it already. Like 119, which is the source, right, will equal 1501, and equals 19 times 79, right, equals 538. Okay, they went 15 plus 38 equals 53, right? Okay, somebody tried to play this out. 53 is the governor of my name, Ahmud. The number of the second verse gives a specific date, which is, like I said, 38 plus 81 right, equals 119. Okay? So some people will say 119 stands for the 9th of November, 2015. Now, we don't know if that's true or not. So those profound proofs leaves no room for doubt that Satan's major respite as the temporary rule of this plan will come to an end willing on 119. As for the minor respite which is whispering evil, it will continue to the day of resurrection. So who will rule after 119? Okay? God promised the righteous who worship him alone, who discard the worship of all idols, Jesus, Muhammad, the saints, the money, woman, power, etc., that he would grant them the position of Khalifa, representative of the rulers of this domain. We have decreed in the Psalms as well as in other scriptures that the earth shall be inherited by my righteous worshippers. Did y'all hear that? And that's in Surah 21:05. Surah 21:05. It's not talking about one religion. It said, we have decreed in Psalms as well as in other scriptures that the earth shall be inherited by my righteous worshippers. This is a proclamation for people who are worshippers. Inherited after whom? After Satan, the temporary ruler, and his followers. So, people, let me tell y'all something. And here, why I got a little bit charged, it says, a grievance is a strong negative emotion connected to an event in the sometimes distant past that is being kept alive by compulsive thinking, by retelling the story in the head or out loud of what someone did to me or what someone did to us. A grievance will also contaminate other areas of your life. For example, while you think about and feel your grievance in a negative emotional energy can distort your perception of an event that is happening in the present or influence the way in which you speak or behave towards someone in the present. One strong grievance is enough to contaminate large areas of your life and keep you in a grip of the ego. So, there goes your Satan. The Satan rules in the ego. You are blinded. You are blinded by his rule in the ego. You are blinded. I'm going to come up with something even better than this. Because I'm pretty sure that this, as Dr. Babu would say, this is probably a grand unified theory. And I can break this down even better. This right here is, the Quran is made of 119 surahs. So wherever they get this from, you know, that's another thing, you know. Somebody popped it up there, so I popped it there too. But I'm going to give you a better one than this because everybody knows that I thank the Most High Creator. I'm going to leave this surah up here for y'all can read this surah right here. This is non-racist, non-denomination. This is all of us. All of us. Hindus, Muslims, Christians, Jews, you name it. All of us. Worshiping the one Creator. When we speak in the language, it will sound so harmonious because we will be in harmony and respect. But Satan is the one caused divisions. He's the one that caused division. Think about it. It's 4,200 different beliefs. Right? With somewhere, what did I tell y'all about? Let's put it over 3 million gods and goddesses. Can you imagine that? Right? Can you imagine that? But before I leave, one more time, for all those people that never remember, I, with the help of the Most High, the King, God is King movement, figure out how did Jesus feed 5,000 people with 2 fish and 5 breads times 12 disciples. Y'all remember that? You go boom, 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 right? You go 2 plus 5, 7 times the 12 people. Remember that? 84. 8 plus 4 is 12 times the 5,000 here, 60,000. Boom. Divide that by 5,000 people equals 12 baskets. Left the bread. Matthews 14 completed. That's the math. I broke it down real quick just for y'all. First time ever the myth is over. Why? Because God's kingdom is finally arriving. Get your boots ready. Get your strap ready. Let's go. Guard down. Assalamu alaikum. Hoo-ah.